Welcome to VeVe Radio, where the fandom grows. With D1 and only Raven and the biggest bro. We dive into comics from pages to screens, collectibles and culture like you've never seen. Get ready, kick back, enjoy the space. VeVe Radios live for everyone in this place.
Welcome to VeVe Radio, Radio, Oh, it's your boy, the biggest bro. Oh, ready for episode number 4 of VeVe Radio. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. We have a wonderful show for you, a fantastic surprises, even for my co-hosts. They have no idea what I'm about to do to them because they gave me control. But first, we just want to say, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. We are regular people with regular opinions, and guess what? Opinions can change. And now, introducing one of my wonderful co-hosts all the way from the big island of Hawaii, it is D1 and Ole!
Woo! Thank you. Thank you for the awesome intro, big bro. What is up, everybody? Good morning or good night, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I am D1 and only, joining you live today for another weekly nostalgia of digital collecting. Thank you all for being here. Now I'm going to pass it on to the other awesome co-host of the show, Raven.
Hey guys, thank you. I'm very excited to be here. It's our 4th episode. Can't believe how quickly Tuesday comes, but I'm excited to be here. Thank you all for joining us, and we do have a special giveaway today sponsored by VeVe Comics, and all you have to do to join is just be here. And the biggest bro will add your name to a wheel. Some point during the show, we'll spin that wheel, and you'll have a chance of winning a VeVe comic. So thank you for being here and joining us.
Awesome. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you could also like, follow, and subscribe to VeVe Digital Collectibles and VeVe Comics on all their socials, whether it be on Discord, here on X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, that would be awesome. And also, just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that's listening or watching your screens, I should say, or watching the live stream, actually. We have the beautiful Acrolite, we got Geode, Video Shane, Mahalo Joe, King Nino, ooh, Bildo. Oh, he changed his PFP. We also got Key Comics, What's Up Brody, we got AO Evolve, Leo Millie, we got Ms. Gex, hello Ms. Gex, and we've got the Real Uncommon Podcast. So thank you to everyone that's tuning in, and for anyone that turns in and lurks, welcome lurkers. Thank you for listening in on us. But yeah, thank you all for being here. It's going to be another great show.
That's right. And make sure you guys all follow, subscribe, VeVe Digital Collectibles and VeVe Comics on all the socials. Let's go.
Oh.
So we had a little homework from our man Video Shane about the Addiction comic. Did you ladies happen to peer into that?
Yep, I read it. I had read it before, so I went back and just refreshed my memory a little bit. So a little different than reading Ultimate Spider-Man, a little different concept, but no, it was good. I was a little confused on how Nikki got herself into that situation.
Yeah, it starts off with her just like, basically getting beat up, right? Like just like tied up and stuff like that. So It's a really interesting intro into the character. They don't give us a lot of stuff. I'm guessing we're gonna have to read into like issue 2 and 3. But yeah, man, a very interesting concept for a character using the drugs.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I had read it too when it first came out, and I kind of forgot. So I went and also like did another. I actually read it again last night. I'm like, okay, yeah, I was just as confused as I was the first time, in regards to how she got there. Um, but yeah, very interesting. With I don't know if everyone in the audience has read it, but if you haven't, go check it out. But yeah, it's interesting how she gets powers because of the drugs. So I don't know. That was interesting for me as
Yeah.
well.
And it's funny, you two both said you guys read it. I actually did something kind of special where I actually watched the comic being read. Thanks to our boy Osman from Get to the Comics, his episode number 20, he actually has the addiction team there with Vincent and David, and Fan Bam is there, and they're actually reading the comic, and they actually did 1 and 2. So it kind of gives you a more fleshed out story of what's kind of happening more than just reading number 1. So if you guys haven't checked that out, check out my man Osman on Get to the Comics. That one was episode number 20, but he does one every week where he brings on somebody else to read a comic with him. And it's a really cool show that happens on Fridays.
And it's a blast to go on there and read a comic with him if you haven't had a chance. And he's always looking for people to join him if you want to try it. Reach out to him. But I had an absolute blast. I was nervous to do it, but I did She-Hulk, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that one was great too. I try to tune in when other people are watching or reading every Friday when I can. And yeah, you did a great job too on yours, Raven. That was really
Thank
cool.
you.
I've
It was
never
fun.
read, I've never read the book myself, until I was pretty much reading it with you while you're reading it live. So that was really cool. And it's really cool when you get like people's take on the voices and their reaction and just the
Yes.
excitement. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's a really fun show. And then, you get to see the personalities of different people come out. So that was really cool. But ladies, we have a big comic list coming out tonight and tomorrow. So I think we're going to shoot it to Dean with all the Marvel comics that are coming out tonight at midnight.
All right. Thank you, big bro. Yeah, so we've got lots of them. So here we go. We got One World Under Doom, number 1. Eddie Brock, Carnage, number 1. X-Men, number 11. Amazing Spider-Man, number 67. Deadpool, Wolverine, number 2. Deadpool, Team Up, number 5. Deadpool, number 11. All New Venom, number 3. Sam Wilson, Captain America, number 2. Psylocke, number 4. Spider-Boy, number 16. Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, number 10. Cable, Love and Chrome, number 2. Immortal Thor, number 20. Magic, number 2. Marvel Mutts, number 1. Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu, number 5. And New Champions, number 2.
Ooh, take a drink of
Water.
water, Dean. A drink of water. All right, and then we have our Dynamite comics that are coming out tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have the 2 that are coming out same day as print with the Powerpuff Girls Valentine's Kissy Face Special number 1 and Zootopia number 2. That's actually pretty cool. Then we have our backlist comics coming out, which is Powerpuff Girls number 2, Sheena number 1, Project Superpowers number 5, Greatest Adventure number 1, The Boys number 4, who want to continue that storyline, Chaos number 4, and then for my gooners, you know what I mean, Red Sonja number 6, and Vampirella number 6. Then we also have a Blaze comics coming out. Also, the same time, we have the Incal number 3, What Lies Beneath. We have the Incal number 4, What Lies Above. The Incal number 5, The Fifth Essence, The Dreaming Galaxy. Incal number 6, The Fifth Essence, Planet the Fool. The Metabaron number 1, Wilhelm and the Technical Admiral. The Metabaron number 2, Conrad the Anti-Baron. Metabaron number 3, Orny 8, the Techno Cardinal. The Metabaron number 4, Samek the Transhuman. The Magical Twins number 1 and Count number 1 coming out for a Blaze Comics. Lots on our slate today. Lots on our slate today and tomorrow. So, if you're excited about collecting comics, these 2 days are pretty magical for you.
Yep, a lot going on for sure. When I was looking at the list, though, what stood out to me was Marvel Mutts. And I was like, what is this? I had to dive into that and figure out what was going on with this. So, what's better than superheroes? Superhero dogs. This is exciting. So, it says, join the Marvel Mutts in their very first comic book adventure, featuring Lockjaw, Lucky, Cosmo, Bats, and Miss Marvel's dearest doggy, Mittens. This pack is packing the cute, so fetch yourself a copy and have a ball with Marvel's mightiest mutts. I am definitely fetching myself a copy of this.
Woof, woof.
It gets even better. If you check out the possible variant covers, there's one that has Spider-Man and then the dogs around him at the poker table.
Oh yeah.
I need that cover, especially like on my wall in my VeVe showroom. I need that cover. So
That's a cool one.
Play poker,
that's a must
right?
for me. What'd you guys find?
So I found Eddie Brock Carnage #1. So I thought that was really cool because I'm not really like always like a Carnage kind of fan. I'm more like Venom. But this one, it says the most lethal protector of all. He's been Venom. He's been anti-Venom. He's been the King in Black. Now Eddie Brock has made his darkest bond yet as he joins with the one and only Carnage. Can he control his new other's endless bloodlust? Or will he give himself over to madness and murder? Ooh. And this is also a key issue on Key Collector Comics. So it's an ongoing series featuring Eddie Brock bonded with the Carnage symbiote. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I'll pin some of the variant covers up on the top. But yeah, I think the Carnage, Venom is nasty too, but sheesh, Carnage is like, whoa.
Yeah,
It's
Carnage
pretty,
is on a different level of nasty.
yeah. Like it's I don't know. You guys look at the some of the covers I pinned up and it's like, what? I mean, these would be so cool as like posters on
Yeah,
your wall.
I think Carnage will be such a like if you're an artist, he's such a fun thing to draw just because it's literally your imagination's just putting all the different tendrils and everything everywhere. Like it's really cool. I think that's what I love about Venom and Carnage is just like how people draw them and how like the little details they have, like what the symbiote's doing, what Carnage is doing. It's really really cool. So for me, I looked at One World Under Doom because I am really trying to lock into the MCU. I want to know the most about Doom. And it actually in this storyline is really interesting. He becomes the Sorcerer Supreme. So I don't know how he became the Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange is not there, but he basically becomes Sorcerer Supreme and makes everybody bow down to him. And declares himself Emperor of the world. So I'm really excited to get into this book, see what happens with Doom. I mean, how crazy is that? Like he gets all the world leaders to go along with his plan. Like I don't know if it's mind control or Doom bots, but man, it seems really exciting. And yeah, that's one I am looking at. Some of the covers on here also I really really like. I'm a big Doom fan, especially with the MCU focusing on him. So it's going to be exciting to see what goes down.
Yeah, and that one is also another key issue. Because it's a 9-issue limited series featuring Doctor Doom as Earth's Sorcerer Supreme, which is whoa. Yeah, because he's pretty big as a villain.
If not the biggest, if not the biggest, from like but from what I'm gathering, again, I'm not comic super duper savvy, but I'm learning. And Doctor Doom, he's that guy. Victor Von Doom is that guy. So All right, so then we're gonna go into the comics that are coming out on the app this week. We have Ron English Delusionville #1 on Wednesday. Raven or D, do you have any of the other comics that Ron English has come out with?
I think I have everything. Yeah.
I think it was the propagandist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
Mhm.
went for all of them.
Yeah. So I thought, I was like, didn't we have Delusionville #1 already? But that was the actual track list. So now we have the comic to go along with that coming out on Wednesday. And then on Thursday we have Deadpool #27 popping off. You guys excited about these comics coming out this week?
I didn't really take a look at them. Let me see. The Deadpool #27. I'm looking at the variant covers now. Ooh, the Secret Rare looks pretty cool, as well as the, what is that? The Uncommon, of course. Uncommon is always nice. um I don't really know too much about them. I may end up getting like a copy just to add to my ever growing library list from the market.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. So now we're going to go into the comic burns that are coming up, guys. Just to let you know, all the unsold comics that have been on the VeVe market will be burned February 28th. So if you haven't got your comics that you want and you're kind of waiting for and it's still in the store, the rest will be burned. And then from now on, if they release a comic, it will be burned 30 days after the drop. 30 days after the drop. Pretty exciting stuff. What do you guys feel about the comic burns?
Yeah, I love that they're setting a standard going forward, that we now know that, we have 30 days to purchase it. Yeah, and I've been trying my luck on a couple. I'm going for the Disney ones. So probably over the next few weeks, I'll try a few more times and grab some of those up.
Yeah, I gotta go and grab some up too before they're burned. I don't know. Do you guys think like 30 days is good enough time, or like it would be better if they made it like a quarterly kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because there's so many that are being released. Like either way, I prefer to have to know in advance what's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's something maybe it could change over time. But I'm good with the 30 days for now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just experimenting. We'll see how it goes. The community will definitely tell us how they feel about that, right? So
Oh, most definitely.
so we had our man Sleeping Comics out this week doing some interviews. We had him on Millie's space. He popped in at the end, and then we also had him on the Collectors Hub talking about the different comics that were going to be burned and what we should be looking at. And so, we're going to call those the sleeping sleepers, right?
Nice.
But we can't go over the whole list because I mean he already did that. He go over the whole list. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a new segment, okay? And this is for the comic that we want to save this week. And it takes a special team to save these comics. So now I want you to introduce you guys to the segment called Burn Watch. Oh, they're gonna demonetize him. All right. Anyway, so we have the Superior Iron Man #1, the first one up that Sleeping gave to us. Now, why is this comic important in Sleeping's eyes? Well, this is one of the story plots where Iron Man actually goes kind of bad. He's like, you know what? Like, I feel better. Like, basically, from the synopsis that I got, he basically got caught up in Red Onslaught's concentration camp, and then Scarlet Witch casts a spell, and then just Tony Stark, he comes out different, and he's now turned himself into the Superior Iron Man, where he's got the shape up, he's got a new suit and everything, but he has a demeanor like, you know what? I don't care. I'm doing whatever it takes, and it's just causing concern with everybody else. The big thing that people are thinking is going to happen is this Iron Man is going to come into the MCU and it's going to be played by Tom Cruise. So people are really excited, especially because we know now that that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be playing Doom. So there can be a lot of mixed match story. We might get this storyline, might get this storyline. So it's very exciting. It's very good. nice speculation on sleeping comics. So that will be our Burn Watch comic of the week. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Forget the elf on the shelf. If your kids are misbehaving, we have the collectible for you.
Keep them in line with our one-of-a-kind Good Boys Chucky doll.
No more lying, fighting, or even talking back. Chucky will make sure to keep those little troublemakers quiet.
Don't take our word for it. Even VeVe Magic can't get enough of Chucky. She hasn't heard from her kids in days.
Download the app today. VeVe Magic does not sponsor or approve this message. Come on, come on. Little by little, I'm getting better. Little by little. So man, we have some comic. We actually had some collectibles drop this week. We had the Brandalized Flying Balloon Girl that dropped on Sunday. Did either one of you go for it on Sunday or went for the MCP burn on Monday?
I did
Uh,
not participate in it. No.
Yeah, no, me neither. Like, I think they look amazing, but no, I'm hanging on to my MCP points as
Man,
long as I can. I don't know what I want to spend them on, but I'll know when I see it.
yeah, that's how I feel too. I feel I gotta hold my MCP points just because I don't know. I like the Balloon Girl, but it wasn't the thing
Me
that
too.
called to me. You know what I mean? Like I like
Yeah.
if I'm gonna burn my MCP points, it has to be like I need this or I'm gonna be sad, right? But I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people did go for it. A lot of people did burn their MCP. We have an approximate total of 171 million MCP points burned, dude.
That's
a
insane.
lot.
That is insane.
171 million. That's crazy.
And they're
And
gone.
have a third of that.
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah, they're big gone. So now it's going to come time to where the strategy comes in. Now, of course, if you have a bunch of MCP, this is nothing. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
but for those of us, with we have a good amount, but I can't blow all my MCP on this. Like, I don't know. So it's very interesting. They did have a little bit of hiccups with the actual crafting process where people weren't able to craft the 1,000,000 point one. So what do you guys think about that? Is it what can they do to kind of solve that problem maybe, or some kind of suggestion?
For me personally, I would love to see a wait list for the crafting.
Hmm.
It just makes it a bit more fair for people, different devices might make a difference and stuff. Or, if you're able to craft one, maybe wait 15, 20 minutes before you're able to craft another, just to make it fair for everyone that's trying to go for it. But there's only what, 88 available, so it is going to be hard no matter what to go for. But I would just like to see it become a little bit more fair across the board for everyone going for it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just a little bit of tweaking on that, and I'm pretty sure they're taking input on that and making a little bit of changes and stuff like that. So yeah, we have some upcoming collectibles coming up on the app. We have, I know my girl Raven's favorite, stamps.
I
Stamp.
like my stamps. I have them all so far, so I'm gonna have to get this one. So we have on Valentine's Day, Friday, we have the Loves and Kisses stamps by USPS. They were initially released by the US Postal Service on January 13th, 2007. The Love and Kisses digital stamp, art evokes images of sweet and ardent affection featuring Hershey's Kisses chocolate candy and a red heart that form mirror images of one another. This digital love stamp revives its art director's Dairy Noise original design, which was unveiled in Hershey, Pennsylvania 18 years ago to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Hershey's Kisses brand, first introduced in 1907. And these stamps will be dropping in blind box waitlist format. We have the common with 5,907 editions. Going for the list price for both of these is 6 gems. And the first edition available to the public is number 21. And then we have the secret rare with 590 editions. And it is the Love and Kisses booklet of 20. And the first of public mint available will again be number 21. So yeah, I think I will definitely be spending my Valentine's Day going for a couple stamps. How about you guys?
Let's go. You know what?
Yeah.
I like the Hershey's Kiss. Like I'm not really a stamp person, but you know, Hershey's in the building. I think I might pick this one up, man. I think I might pick this one up.
F.A. Hershey's?
Right?
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah, I like stamps too. I don't have all of them like Raven, but I do love kisses. And you know what's the perfect way to give myself a kiss on Valentine's Day is to get one of these stamps. Hopefully
That's right.
there.
Too
Let's
bad it didn't come with
go.
chocolate. It would be perfect.
A fidgetal of that, right? A fidget.
Digital chocolate heart.
Let me
Oh,
take that.
you
It
get a
probably
Hershey's bar in the mail.
Yeah.
I'll melt it.
VeVe written on it. Yeah.
Oh, but then I won't be able to eat it because then it'll be a collectible item.
That's right. You need to.
Ah, yeah, me too.
But
Once
what
you
if
eat it, you
what
say,
if it's like the most amazing tasting chocolate? Are you really gonna keep it wrapped? You're not gonna unwrap the chocolate? Oh, make it.
but we wouldn't know the taste unless we do unwrap it and eat it.
And then there's a golden ticket inside the chocolate. Okay, we're getting out of hand now.
Oh, the golden ticket, VeVe, they're listening. Take that into consideration.
A golden ticket like Willy Wonka. That'd be
Yeah.
sick. All right, and then we also have on Saturday, the day after Valentine's Day, formerly known as Side Chick Day, you can get a Lamborghini drop in the Lamborghini Gallardo. I know I'm saying that wrong. Gallardo? Gallardo.
You are asking the
Like,
wrong person.
I know.
Yeah.
This whole panel, we're screwed. So
well, it's Italian, right?
we're in this together, okay? All right,
I'll
so
say why.
they're calling this the Baby Lambo. Baby Lambo. So we have 4 different editions. We have 2 rares, go both at 703. This color is called Aurancio Borealis. Ooh,
Hmm.
fancy. That's the first rare. And then the second rare, we have Nero Noctis, all black. They're going to be priced at 70 gems with 703 editions for the first 2 rares. Then we have the Galileo Midas, the Midas, ooh, with the gold. We have that one with the ultra rare, and that's a 403 editions. And then we have our secret rare, Blue Azure. Algier. Like, I don't know. I'm putting a fake accent on it to make it sound
To
better.
make
So
it sound
let's
right.
go.
Okay.
Doing great. It sounds wonderful.
And that is going to have 203 editions, the nice VeVe blue on that. And I was listening into BE and Big A earlier today, and they're saying the blue color on a Lambo is very rare. So, you know, that VeVe blue, it might mean something to you.
Ooh, yeah, they do look nice though, but I have not gone for any of the Lambos on the drop. I did pick up some when they went down in the market, so
Mhm.
that's probably what I'll do too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a car person either, but I'm looking at this is the first time I'm seeing the article, and the edition sizes are actually really good on this.
Yeah, they dropped the edition sizes very well. To me, still for me, it just 70's a lot. You know what I mean? I really gotta like the Lambo. I will be looking at the aftermarket though to pick some of these up. But yeah, exciting stuff. They keep dropping the Lambos. I remember when Lambo was the big thing. They revealed it at Decon, so it's so cool to see them continue that. You know what I mean? And we're getting to the point where we're gonna roll for our giveaway winner of the VeVe comic slash collectible slash whatever they want to give you, diorama, maybe, who knows. All right. All right, so like I said, all you have to do is just be here, exist in the chat. I have you guys all on the wheel. We're gonna spin that wheel. Ladies, anything you have for us right now?
No, let's spin the wheel. Give a
Oh.
comic away.
All right, here we go, guys. And I'm going to go over the list. Oh, my bad.
No, I said good luck. Sorry, my bad.
All right, now I'm going to go over the list of the people that I have in here. So if your name, you didn't hear your name, that sucks. That means I skipped you. My bad. All right, we have King Comics, Gecko, Omilia, Evolve, Bildo, Acrolite, Geo, King Nino, Vito Shane, Mahalo, Kid Arcade, Delco, Impact, Notorious, California Comics, Mask, Mr. V, Steve, and Kid Arcade. Dang, look, I tried to cheat. I put them twice. Never mind. Sorry, bro. Here we go. We're gonna spin that wheel. Let's see who's gonna get it. Who's gonna get it? Oh no way! Oh man, I don't want to tell you got rugged. Oh, Millie, you got rugged, but Evolved is the winner. Evolved.
Let's
Let's
go. Congrats, Paul.
go. Ayo.
Heyo.
So make sure you get in contact with MC Evolved and we'll get that contacted for you. Now, guys, there's a lot of people that are saying they didn't get the collectibles from drops and stuff like that. Whoever you won your drop from, make sure you get in contact with that content creator so we can go with MC and get that connected for you. We want to make sure that all the prizes come out. All the content creators are the same. We all want to make sure you guys get your prizes. So just keep in contact with us and we'll try to keep contact and make sure you get your prizes. All right. Woo!
Ooh, that's powerful.
Man, a lot. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our CGC segment coming up right now. What is the CGC for us? The CGC is our Comic Guru Council. These are people that really love comics that can teach me, Raven, and D how to collect. And well, okay. Well, my bad. Oh, see, I can't do two things at once. People send me DMs and it's over. It's over for my brain. but but basically, these people are really passionate about comics and collecting, and we want to know their story. We want to get their expertise. We want to gain their knowledge on comics. And today, we have a very, very special guest. King Nino!
Oh, ya tú sabes, it's the one and only. We back up in the house once again. I'm young, I'm pretty, I hit hard, I'm in the best shape of my life. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all chose to be here with us today on VeVe Radio. Peace to my sister, Big D. Peace to my sister, Big Raven, and the one and only, the biggest bro. What up, my brother? How's it going today?
Oh man, I love the energy. I love I feel it. I need it in my life. We're so excited to have you on here, Nino, and just exploring your journey, man. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What got you into comics? What got you into collecting? And why are you so passionate about it?
Oh man, this journey started when I was a little jit, man. I started collecting since I must have been like 5, 6 years old with my uncle. He was like my dad. And, growing up in Queens, we didn't have a lot. It was me and my brother. We were poor, but my uncle, he used to draw. So we used to go to the stores together and the corner stores under the train, they had all the newsstands. So I used to collect with him. He was a huge collector and then he got me into that passion. So we used to collect cards and comics and we could go to the corner stores and we can cop some newsstands and get what's new. And I was always into X-Men and Spider-Man. And then I started, breaching out into Silver Surfer, Adam Warlock, Thanos. I love the Infinity Gauntlet story. And then when we used to go to like the LCSs, it was a special treat. It was like we used to go to the LCS maybe once every 2 weeks, and then we could just dig in the crates, and we'll be there for 2 hours just going through them, and then trying to stack up a whole run. And then whatever we brought back, he would draw for me. If I liked it, he was like, "Oh, you like Colossus? I got you." My favorite was always Cyclops because he was the leader. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people downplay Cyclops. Oh, he only got the powers through his eyes, but he had the girl and he had the team behind him no matter what. So he used to draw for me, and then I used to get like original art from him, and my brother used to draw. So that was kind of like the way they bonded, but the way we bonded was through the collecting. And then I used to be able to go to school and trade. So that passion just grew. And I must have been like, even up until like 21 years old, I had crates, man, like crates of comics just raw. I didn't even collect graded comics. It was just raw for reader comics, so I can go through them, and I always kept them pristine. And when I left my house, my mom's threw them away like out of spite. It was like, oh, you ain't coming back? You left with a girl? You don't love me no more? Well, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hit you where it hurts. And she got rid of my cards. She got rid of all my comics, my toys, like out of spite. That thing hurt my heart. It hurt my heart. I don't even know if she sold it, to be honest with you. Maybe she got together and just sold them things, but I don't know, man. So after that, I lost my whole collection, and that thing just killed me. So, I went through life. I grew up. I went through my 20s, my 30s, and like if it wasn't for VeVe, like VeVe, hands down, brought that collector heart back out of me, man. Like being able to buy a Silver Age or Bronze comic digitally, all the orifices in my body, my pores started leaking with that lust and passion again, just to kind of grab something that I can have that's mine and collect it again. And that's what got me back, because my love is comics. And, getting the collectibles and getting the comics, that thing opened up and started burning that fire within. And I thank VeVe for giving me back that passion for me to get back in the game. And then, man, since 2021, your boy been out there just starting his collection all over again. And now my physical collection is crazy. And now my digital collection is crazy. And then they opened up the VeVe Comics. With the VeVe Comics dropping last year, that thing exploded. It was like, oh, not only do you get the comics from the original app, now you could get all the new comics on every week. And now they open it up to all the publishers. They're going to have all the publishers hands down, and it's going to be crazy in one place to go get them every week. And that right there in itself is it's a blessing, man. And to be able to collect physical and digital is something that, the collectors out there, it might be like, oh, there's not enough collectors in the world. People collect all types of things. As we know, it could be stamps, it could be coins, it could be toys, it could be comics, it could be cards, it could be anything. And to be able to get it all in one place, it's a blessing. And we have so many outlets now. We have YouTube content creators talking about the collectibles and comics. We have spaces like this, like a emoji space. Even Mahalo's opening up his camp back with Mask, talking about comics. We got Whatnot, where they have a whole category for comics. You got people like me and Keys that's on Whatnot selling comics. And for me, it's a blessing, because like I have a passion, and I like it at the final stage. I like it when it's encapsulated in that graded, and you look at it and if you drop it, you can crack it. And then you got to send it back to CGC, and it's going to take a little while to get it back when it's finalized. When it's encapsulated, that's to the end of time. You can perish, and that thing could still be in your attic or in your basement when the next people come, and the next people come, and the next generation. So it's at the final stage, and that I really love. But you can't bypass a reader copy. So to be able to go and get it digitally and read it, you can go back to it if you fall asleep, and start out in the same spot, and you don't have to touch it with your fingers and get all greasy fingers on it, because you need a 9/8. You need a 9/8. So being able to get a reader copy digitally, and then collect your physical where you could get it pristine, send it to CGC and get it come back to a 9/8, that thing in itself, the whole process, like VeVe, right? They have the parties. And with the parties, you go to the cons, you meet these artists, you have this intimate moments where you can talk to the artists and tell them how they impacted you, tell them how their art has moved you, tell them how their comic, whatever it is, the storyline is off the hook and you're so like enthralled in it, you know? So that's that moment where you go to meet some of your idols, some people that you look up to, people that you look at as, you know, bigger than life. And then to have the VeVe parties where you can have some of these artists there with you, next to you. You could take pictures with them. You could talk to them. You could tell them things that you forgot to tell them in the con. You know, there was artists like Ariel Diaz and Soso Micah and even Vincent that you can actually rub shoulders with. You know, you're rubbing shoulders with the A-list on a hobby or a passion of yours that you do every day. You know, we have work, we have life, we have family, but then you have time to go in your man cave or your little spot in your house or your room or your apartment, and you can play with your comics and your toys, and to be able to meet these artists and collect them and then talk to them. VeVe has been able to open up different doors where you have access to them, and the parties with Sanjay and things like that. It's beyond words, you know.
Wow, man.
So
It just hearing your
yeah.
story from the beginning and just your excitement now, it's really, really, really like the passion is so it's oh man, you could taste it. You know what I mean? Like like man, you just went through a lot and you just destroyed all the questions I'm going to ask. But I love that because you know you're free flowing. We're creating magic right now. I just want to ask a couple of quick questions. Now, you said Cyclops was your guy. Now I'm gonna let you know I was one of those people like, yeah, Cyclops is kind of whack. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? But with the X-Men '97, that series came out, I was like, they made Cyclops. I was like, okay, I get it now. He is the leader. That's a man. Cyclops is the man. Like you say, he got the girl and everything. But yeah, so I am a reformed Cyclops hater. Okay, I see the light now. I see the eye. I see the beam coming at me, and I accept it now. But a question I want to ask you, Nino. Super duper heartbreaking to hear about your original collection. But when you did get back into it, what were the first things that you were going after? Was it like I'm getting back that thing I lost, or like finding the new thing and that kind of sparked it up, and then you went back to get it? Like, what were the first things you were targeting when you wanted to build your collection back?
Kind of wanted to get things that I missed. So I didn't go after the things that I had because if you had it at one point, you know, if it's meant for you to get again, it's going to come back around. But now you got to fill in the blanks with all the stuff that you didn't know about, things that passed you, things that you heard about, things that you've seen along the journey and was like, oh, I want that. And then you get something, you find artists, and then you find little pieces here and there, and then it leads you to other artists. So I kind of wanted to get things that I didn't have and then start with a brand new collection, start fresh. You know, sometimes you got to clean the slate, you know, sometimes you got to destroy to rebuild. You know what I mean? And in order to do that, you got to start with a clean slate and then everything is fresh and then build from there. So I started picking up pieces that I kind of wanted that I didn't even know about. And I didn't know that I wanted until I seen it. And things that I like, you know, like you start with artists that catch a visual art that is an appeal to you, you know, like you know, you have your Jim Lees, you have your Todd McFarlane's, you know, you have your Frank Millers, but then there's people like Peach Momoko and Scotty Young, you know, and there's Enoch Lees, and there's different artists out there that bring different things to the table. And for me, you know, I like the art because that's what you got to look at. You know, it's like a woman, right? You look at her on the outside, and then once you look at her on the outside, then you're like, oh, let me talk to her and see what she's about, see who she is. So then you start with the cover art, and once the cover art catches your eye and there's a little twinkle there, then you want to go into the story because you don't know what the storyline is yet. So I started from there, and I started with characters that I like because X-Men was always my team and Spidey was my guy, but Black Suit Spidey was my man, you know? Like Black Suit Spidey was the one. So for me, my goal is Todd McFarlane. By far, meeting him, talking to him, he's the most down to earth person. He gives you advice. He's regular. He's not full of himself. And then you hear his story about Black Suit Spidey, and he didn't even want to draw Black Suit Spidey. Venom was an accident. Venom came about because he didn't want to draw Black Suit Spidey. He wanted to draw regular Spidey. When he got into that to the Spidey run, he wanted to draw Spider-Man in the red and blue, the way Spider-Man was. So he wanted to get him out of that black suit. So that black suit turned to Venom, and it was an accident just because he didn't want to draw black suit Spider-Man. And if you hear that story, and you're like, look what's become of that. There's a whole Venom verse. You know what I mean? Like, because of what you didn't want to do on an accident. So things like that, when you get to, you know, dig deep into the background of a character or a story or how it came about or where the artist was thinking, that thing opens up a whole new level for you. Like that Venom verse, I love anything symbiote, and that's where I'm at, so I go everywhere. And then you just start venturing into places that you didn't think that you were gonna like, because you get into Thundercats or you get into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. Like your story is awesome, and I'm so glad I've got this chance to get to know you better. But like you said, how you adventure into things through stories. Like, what got you into what's not to the whatnot space? Like that's a little bit new to me. I've just kind of discovered it recently, and I was curious, like, how did you get there from starting back into your collecting journey?
So with Whatnot, I used to sell on eBay. So I was collecting and I was just getting overwhelmed with all my stuff. I just had stuff. I had toys, I had comics, and I was just running out of room. And I started selling on eBay and just doing it as a side hustle. eBay is slow money, but it's better than no money. You know what I mean? So I was just doing it as a side hustle, and I still had so many books, like graded books. And then I was on Whatnot. I was shopping. I was a consumer. I was supporting people that was on the platform. And then me and Key Comics, we used to chop it up about like, what the hell am I doing? And he was like, dude, you should just sell them on Whatnot. And I was like, damn, I had no aspirations on doing that whatsoever. But I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. But anything that's unknown, you're doing it for the first time, you have, nervousness, anxiety, you get a little fear. But the acronym of fear is false evidence appearing real. So, I just kind of let it go. And I was like, let's do it. I mustered it up and I was like, let's do it. So I did my first show and it was okay. It wasn't bad. It was a nice little stepping stone. And then the second show was better than the first show. And, sold more, got more people in. And then the third show, I sold out of all my product. Like, I literally sold out all my graded books, like books that I wasn't even supposed to sell. I sold them all. And I was like, oh, I could do this, but I don't have no more product. So I had to get back on the hunt. You hunt online, you hunt in the LCSs, you hunt on Whatnot, on eBay, any place, in the wild that you could get books, and then just sending them out to CGC. But it's always at the mercy of CGC because you're just waiting for them to come back. So then you could do another show. So then you can get back out there, Some people like to sell raws, and then some people sell graded comics. I like to sell the graded ones. And there's numerous reasons why, because, some people complain about ticks and things like that when you get a raw book, and they can even end up keeping the book and the money, because they complain about it and then you lose out. And with a graded book, there's no complaining. And like with my shows, what I chose to do is I chose to take a little piece of VeVe with the blind box, because VeVe, they give you the opportunity to see
everything that's on the drop. You got the common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, secret rare. You see what it is. If you want to go for the drop, you go for the drop. If you don't, you don't. So I wanted to do it like that because nobody was doing it like that. So everybody had their niche. I was trying to create my own way. So my lane was, I'm going to do an open blog box. You can see all my books. If you want to jump in, you could jump in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the books on the wheel, and then we're going to spin that wheel. And whatever the wheel says you get, that's your prize. So I call it Slab of Fortune, because if you spin that wheel, you're going to get a slab, and only the wheel can tell your fortune. I create a floor. Let's say it's $100. The spin is $100, and everything is up from there. So everybody walks away happy because everybody's going to win. And then you can hit the secret rare, or you can get a 101, you could get a triple sign, double sign, a remark, whatever. All the books are going to be priced higher, and the floor is basically the spin. So there's no way to really lose, and there's nobody walking away unhappy. And it's exciting for me because I don't know what people's gonna get. You spin the wheel, and I'm as excited as the customer, because once that wheel says you got it, that's what you got, you know. So I wanted to create my own lane and have fun with it, and it's been great, honestly. And it's just CGC waiting for the books to come. And like now, I just got notice, oh, a package is shipped, and I'm like, oh, is it gonna be here this weekend? I have a show this weekend, but I can't guarantee it. So I'm gonna have a show next weekend, because I know the books will be in at least by Monday or Tuesday. So stay tuned. I put it on the socials. I'm gonna have a show next weekend, Slab of Fortune, and we throw 25 books on the wheel, and then whoever wins that spin gets whatever the wheel says. Slab of Fortune.
That sounds so dope. And to get a chance to get a comic that is really pristine and stuff like that. Amazing. And I will speak as a customer from King Nino. Books crispy, huh? Packages fly, huh? Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, very happy customer here. So make sure you check out my man King Nino on the What Not shows. Now, Nino, I have to ask you, man, because you had to start your collection over again, what was there a particular item that you had your heart set on to get that, and were you able to achieve and grab that item that you wanted? Like was it like an Amazing Fantasy 15, or was it the 252? Was it the Black Suit Spider-Man? Like, what was your thing that, because you lost your collection, you started back again, the thing you were eyeing, and were you able to get it, or do you have your plan to getting it?
Dude, oh man, I'm so glad you asked that question. Oh man. So for me, I wanted this. It's Miles Morales, right? It's this Illmatic cover. It was the hip hop version of Spider-Man 1, and it's a Miles Morales Illmatic rendition, right? And it's a hip hop version, like I grew up, I'm from Queens, Queensbridge. There's 4 projects on my side. So it's Queensbridge, Ravenswood, Astoria, and then Woodside. So like Nas is the GOAT, So having his cover with Miles Morales, and the hip hop versions were crazy already, but that Miles was the one. Like, that's the best one, hands down. So I never got my hands on it, and I wanted it so bad, you know. But it's one thing to buy it graded, you know, but it's another thing to get it in the wild. And I was like, okay, so this New York Comic Con that just passed, um, let's say around June. So the Comic Con is in October, and around June, July, I started my hunt for that raw, because I knew the artists were going to be at Comic Con. So my thought process was, all right, I didn't get it yet, but now is the time to get it. because I can get the artist to sign it, and not only 80 grand off, but Sarah Pacelli. So I was like, I'm gonna get it double signed. So now I'm on the hunt for months. Like I told Key, like, do you know where I could get this clean? It's like, dude, that's so hard to get clean. Like, okay. So I just kept on looking, kept on looking, kept on looking, kept on looking. It wasn't until September that I finally pulled the trigger, and I was like, all right, I could buy it at a 9.8, crack it, and then get the signature, or I could still get it raw and then roll the dice. And in September, I finally found it raw, and I was like, oh my God, I hope, I pray to everything that this is mint. And I brought it to Comic-Con. That was the first thing I did. I went, I got 80 grand off signature first thing and when I got in Comic-Con. And then I went to Sarah Pacelli, got that done, knocked it out. That it was done. Boom, I got it double signed. Now it's ready to go. Send it out to CGC. Oh man, it was nerve-wracking waiting for that thing to come back in. I was like, oh my God, I pray I get a 9.8. I pray I get a 9.8. And I was like, you know what? Even if it's a 9.6, I'm gonna be happy, because like I know I put in the work. I know I went and I did my best to it. And I got it back, man. And I got it back in 9.8. Ooh, ooh, I got that thing back in a 9.8, sparkling, spanking. What? That thing is off the chain. And like I can't, you can hear it. Like that thing made me so happy, because it's a piece of me. You know, Miles is Black and Puerto Rican. You know, he's from Brooklyn. You know, but it's okay. I forgive him because it's still the 718. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many things that I relate to that book. And you know, that's one of my personal grails, you know, and I'm so happy that I was able to get it and get it done. I got pictures, you know, I got my CGC back at 9.8, and it kind of finalized that for me. But then now you on to the next one, you know what I mean?
That's the beauty of collecting, man. Like it kind of never stops, right? Like you get your one grail, and then it's like, oh wait a minute, now I gotta lock in on this one. And I think that's what's really fun about collecting, is the hunt, the chase, the going around. Like I never really experienced, like as a kid, going to my local comic shop, but I was always in the swap meet, and so like I would always look for the X-Men Fleer cards, like, you know, so I was collecting cards and stuff like that, and trying to find the right one. And just I think that's what gives us that kind of like kiddish joy, you know. It's just like looking for things that we want. Or, you know, in VeVe, like, you know, you're in a market, and then all of a sudden you see a price pops up on a thing you want. You're like, ooh, boom, you try to get that thing, man. So that is so awesome that you got that Miles cover with the, I think that was the Illmatic one, right? Where it is with the half face with the Miles baby. Like that's fire, fire, bro. So you were saying, like, I know you were saying like you really love Todd McFarlane, man, and what a, I mean, like you said, what a down to earth guy, like a real dude. Do you have any other like favorite comic book artists that you just like you collect for their art?
Oh, dude, there's so many. To be honest with you, there's so many, because it don't stop. You got the ones that are up and coming right now. So you kind of break it down into kind of like A-list, B-list, C-list, and D-list artists. But then like the up and coming ones, for me, for me, like as far as a female, like I love Peach, I love Rose Besh, I love Ariel Diaz, So Micah. You know, you got lyrics. Um, Sawi is coming up. Rianne Gonzalez is great, even though she got that little scandal going on. You know, Sarah Pacelli's out there. With guys, you know, you got the goats. You know, the Jack Kirby's. You know, the George Perez's, the Frank Millers, the Jim Lees, you know, the Scott Williams. But then you got all these other artists that are kind of like C-list, like the John Giangs, you know, the Inyek Lees, that, you know, they have bangers, but people like the Keel Goo, you know, that have nice covers every now and then, but you're like, oh, people don't follow them as much as a Jim Lee, you know. But you got Ivan Tao, you know, you got a lot of artists out there that do great work, and like I personally like Chrissy Zulo and Scotty Young because they kind of do the chibi characters, right? And I like them just because they do the chibi characters. So that's a little specific niche that I personally like, you know. But you got Mark Bagley's, you know, that do Spider-Man great all the time. And then as far as like women are coming up right now, like throughout the whole world and everything, right? We're in sports and everything. Women have just taken the world by storm the last couple years nonstop. And in the art game, it's no different, you know, and I think it's led by Peach Momoko. I think she's the GOAT as far as women, you know. Um, but yeah, I do follow a lot of the art because the art is what catches my eyes. And then you have to think like, what's going to be more appealing for people. People go and gravitate to what they like and what's appealing to them, or what's the hot thing, you know. And it can only be hot for a while. But it's nice to chase something that you're looking for what's next, like what's the next hot thing, because something could be hot right now, like the MegaCon comics, right? The MegaCon comics, they're hot right now. They're hot. They're blowing up. But who's to know in a couple months what's still going to be the hot thing? So if you have it right now raw, right? So do you sell it right now raw because it's hot, or do you send it to CGC to get graded? Is it still going to hold value in 3-4 months when that thing comes back graded? There's going to be a couple, but it's not going to be all of them. So it's nice to kind of look for what's the one, what's the up and coming one. You know, you follow the hot storylines, but the covers, as far as books, to kind of guess or see what has potential, or try to figure out what is that one that's going to hold weight for the test of time, to the summer, to the end of the year, to next year. You know, that's fun, you know, because you're looking for, like, it's the prospects, you know.
Man, that is like you said, it's the chase, man. It's the chase of trying to, and then it's like, what do I? Yeah, what do I do? Do I sell it? Do I get it graded, make it more popping? You know what I mean? So, man, Nino, man, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on our podcast. Your energy is immaculate. It's amazing. It's full of positivity. It fills people's hearts with joy. You keep spreading that love, my man. Make sure you guys all check out my man Nino on the socials. Make sure you check out his whatnot. I posted up on the top. Before we let you go, Nino, we have to ask you, like we ask all of our comic gurus on our council. And thank you for joining our council. Thank you for everybody who stayed and came back to another space, even though we rugged. We love you guys for that. This is what it's all about. That's why this community is the best. You know, things happen, things mess up, but here we go. We get right back up. We get right back at it. But Nino, what is a comic on the app that that you think we should all take a second look at the storyline, maybe read it, maybe discover something, or maybe there's some really cool art inside the book? I think a lot of people just go off of cover art, and there's so many different panels that, like, I just learned that people love different panels and stuff like that. Is there like a book that really speaks to you, that us as our your Padawans have to kind of learn, that we will appreciate and then take on with our comic journey?
Ooh, my man Cyclops wouldn't be too happy with me right now, but that Ultimate Wolverine is fire. Fire. Oh my God, Ultimate Wolverine. I mean, look, I don't want to spoil it, but like that boy was put together by all dead soldiers. That boy is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that, the story already, it's in multiple prints. It was one of the hottest books in MegaCon. I'm telling you, Ultimate Wolverine, that's a story to follow right there. It got something for you. You got Magic Colossus and Omega leading the way at the helm. They trying to control that boy. And that Ultimate Wolverine, that is the one to look for right now. I think that story is going to grow. It just started. It's the beginning of the year. There's a lot of anticipation behind it, and where's it going to go? And that is a fire book and with a good storyline. I believe it's still available on the app right now, and you can read it right there through VeVe Comics from the reader. It's clear, concise, it's easy to get. I'm pretty sure that you can get different copies out there if you want to collect it, because there's a bunch of prints out there, and there's a bunch of artists that already did covers. So you could probably go and get one of your favorite artists cover on that Ultimate Wolverine.
I'm looking forward to that one. Thank you for the recommendation, because I've just started reading Ultimate Spider-Man and I'm really enjoying that story. So I'm looking forward to this one as well.
Yeah, thank you for the recommendation. It's so hard to choose sometimes, like what book to read or start off. So thank you for giving us another week of homework, and we'll follow up with that next week. But brother, I gotta say thank you so much for coming on the show. It's always nice to hear, your story, um, growing up, and your collecting journey and how you got here, and just enjoying the passion that you share with everyone. And I gotta say, everybody tune in to his Whatnot show and spin that shit, spin that wheel. I mean, it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff, and I love the energy. Ooh,
Spin that shit.
you're gonna have them all say that now. But before you go, I do have something that we want to give you for coming on today, and just going through the take threes for today. So it's been special. I'm gonna pin it up for you, brother, and hope you like it. But yeah, thank you again for coming on. Appreciate that.
Nah, I'm honored to be here with you guys. I think you guys are doing something great, something that's needed. This was a good slot to fill right here. I think promoting VeVe Comics is huge, because that's the best place to go and get basically most of the publishers right now. It has everything that you need in one spot. You can get all the fresh comics every week, and you guys are doing your due diligence, promoting it, keeping everybody with the insight. I think it's a beautiful thing. This hobby, is something beautiful. There's a lot of collectors out there, whether it be physical or digital or both, and giving more content. I think this is a blessing. I think this is episode number 4. I was born in April. Let's get it. So I think that this is a beautiful thing. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me, and it was my pleasure. In all honesty, this is my pleasure.
Well, gang, that's episode 4 in the books. What an eventful episode. It was a 3-parter, huh?
That's okay. We did it.
But like I said, that's okay, and that's what's beautiful about this space. People are still gonna follow us. They're still gonna get the information, and you know what? We really do appreciate you guys supporting us. We do not take it for granted. You guys sending your emojis in the chats. We seeing your lovely PFPs. We really do appreciate it. We do have some future shows in the works, huh? We got some little things we're gonna work out. but that's what's cool about creating a show, guys. We're trying to create an experience. And you know what? I have the best team in the world. The best team in the world. All right.
No, you're the best.
Nah.
Like the best.
Anyway, we have been taking any criticisms, feedback. It's always welcomed, right? Please leave it in the comments down below underneath the first the take 1 of the video, so we can look at those comments. We really do appreciate you guys tuning in every week. It's been week number 4. So yeah, guys, how do you guys feel?
Oh, that's great. I had a little hiccup today, but that's okay. We rolled through it. It worked out.
That's right.
No, I'm excited to continue this journey with you guys.
Same. I'm enjoying it, and it just makes it more genuine, more organic. The the 3 different times we had to do it. But on that, we do have Hinano working on putting all 3 together to make one recording. So we'll get that out to you guys when it's ready, and you can all catch it as a whole piece.
I just want to say this because he can't do anything because he's not up here, but I want to give all shout outs and praise to Hanano, who works very hard behind the scenes. He doesn't want any recognition, but this man, I don't know how he finds time in a day to have a full-time job, be a boss, be a dad, and be a wonderful, wonderful person, helping so many people behind the scenes. He's a wonderful person, and I'm so glad he can't stop me from talking good about him. Way to go, Hanano. You're the man, bro. I love you. Thank you for all you do for everybody in the community. You support so many different people with just your aloha spirit. Like I said, you and D are the embodiment of what aloha spirit is. And we are so lucky to have you in our community. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's
Well
go.
said. I think that's it, guys. You've been listening to VeVe Radio.
Where we collect big.
Dream bigger.
See you
See you
next
next time.
You guys waiting on me?
I waited too.
I swear, one day we're gonna get that together. Right? We're gonna get that together. Much love, everybody. Do something great for yourself. Do something great for somebody else. Lead with love.
Oh, Supergirl, you're my dream come true. With your cape and your curls, I'm falling for you.